Hello everyone, I'm here to review the film Quiet Place. Okay, my video here talks about everything. My channel here talks about everything here. Remember, my name is Janet from Wimbledon, Southwest London. View, like, share, and subscribe because I don't talk about cinema. I talk about natural hair, skin care, weight loss, health and fitness, so many different things, psychology, debt management, bereavement, so on. Disclaimer: I am not a trained psychologist, therapist, dermatologist or cosmetologist, but I've done my research in health and fitness because I used to be in the gym. I lost weight, put on weight again. Lockdown, I put on a bit of weight, but I was doing my exercise. So I'm going to be talking about healthcare as well. But majority of the time, I talk about basically black natural hair care. Um, by my research and what has worked for me, and this is one of the reasons why I'm not gonna lie to you about anything at all, because I have never ever, I've never really been paid for things like that. So, but at the end of the day, but today I'm talking about my film reviews. Last year I did say I'm gonna start doing film reviews. After this lockdown, I've watched Peter Rabbit. Last year I watched a couple of films when the cinema opened before we shut down again. So this year I've watched two films: A Quiet Place Part Two and Peter Rabbit. I'm not gonna analyze Peter Rabbit. I think you all know how funny it is, but honestly, I really had to talk about Quiet Place. And remember, put something in the comments if you want to let me know how I can put graphics for you. Let me know, because somebody who's a big YouTuber, according to Taz, I've put in her comments that she uses her mobile phone to film, but she managed to put all the graphics and so on. So basically, if you are a limitless member of Odeon Cinema, you can even order your popcorn in advance. You just get this code, and this code, you don't have to go to the TV. You just go through the barrier, and then they'll show you where your film is and all that, or rather they'll just let you guys say, I know Wimbledon Cinema. I sent a message on and another thing is, it helps you send a message to your friends and your Facebook post to say, I'm gonna be in the cinema this day and this is where I'll be sitting. I don't think anywhere there's gonna come and meet you there because we have security cameras and everything. So that's wonderful. I remember Quiet Place 1. I remember when I watched it, I was still, don't worry, there'll be no spoilers here. I will only talk about the preview. And I remember when we watched 1, and I watched 1 several times. And tomorrow I'm going to try to watch The Conjuring, a horror film. And on, oh, I don't know, maybe before Friday, I don't know, maybe Friday or next Saturday, or I don't know, I'm going to watch Quiet Place 2 again. I love the part 2. Now, remember when I watched 1, I was really shocked. Basically, I like the way they did the prequels and the sequels, and I always love these films that part 2 talks about the introduction of part 1, whereby part 1 it just opens with um a dystopian anarchical world whereby everything is run down, and you don't know why everyone's so quiet, and then one of the first scenes, a little boy makes a noise and this monster kills him, and basically they're aliens. And the idea, I mean, it's just fantastic writing, and the idea that it's just a simple thing, an earpiece for deaf people. I mean, Millicent Simmons and Noah Jope, wonderful, Cillian Murphy, all the other stars there, Emily Hunt and Lazinski, just fantastic. And it's just been going on and going on, and I just think that it just shows you about human conviction and our resourcefulness. We may not have super duper powers, but we always find a way to protect ourselves. And I think that that's what all these superhero films are talking about, and all these alien films talk about. To me, it looks like a psycho horror here, but it's not supposed to be an alien film. But to me, it looks more like a psychological thriller slash horror and all that. I'm very, very excited about the cinema. And also, the thing is, the cinema is actually better for your mental health than the gym. Can you imagine that? And I do feel envious of people that are in the gym now, but I now have my gym equipment, and yeah, I've been sort of like doing my gym stuff and things like that. So so that's not bad. And sometimes I go for a walk and so on. So um, that's not bad. And they found the Achilles heel of the monsters, and they're trying to shoot them and so on. And you would think that that's the end, and I just thought, no, that can't be the end. And I love the way part two goes to showing how they had a normal life, and there's this spark in the sky, and then these aliens come, and they're affected by sound. I think they're blind, but they're fast, and if you make a noise, they'll just come for you, and they're just the most violent things whatsoever. And I love in the film review where they say, so don't forget to go and watch part two. Just switch off your phone, because if your phone goes off, and it was just nice to see. It was just really nice to see, and watch that film, and the way we behave when things like this happen. Sometimes some bits the human fighting each other. They want to take on somebody's girl, want to take on the daughter, and and they have to fight each other to get to some kind of safety, and the self sacrifices people are making, and so on. And it's constantly on using the earpiece of a deaf girl that shrilly noise to deal with the monsters a bit, and that's trying to find their Achilles heel. But it hasn't really reached to the film getting back to normal, like everybody getting back to normal. So I think that there could be a part three, because it's just, and it's just so wonderful that we're in this woke world today, whereby the little girl is much tougher than the little boy. I know people in part one thought that he was a bit wimpy, he's holding the baby, but you can see in this part two where all of a sudden, him and his sister, basically, finally shoots one of these. They got help, but he shoots one of this monster, and he used the transistor radio, to sort of like defend his mother. And he's been the sort of like the wimpy kid, always afraid and things like that. He's wonderful. The I think girl is American. Emily Hunt is, I think she's British. The little boy, he is British, and I didn't know he was in the Night Manager. I think he's gonna make it if he keeps healthy and he keeps okay. He's gonna make it, and I just think that Noah Jope was just really good, and I think that when people talk about character arc, you would be thinking about all the other actors, but I really think that I could really see character arc coming out from Noah Jupe, or Noah Jupe, I think that's his name. His mother's in Coronation Street. That's what I heard. I don't watch Coronation Street anymore, but it's nice to see British children in this. Okay, I think the girl is American and all that, but I just like they actually interviewed them, through Zoom in their home and things like that. And it was just wonderful. It was just wonderful seeing him. I don't remember the drama. He was talking about a drama he was in, which I never saw, but he was in The Night Manager, which I never got the chance to watch. I think I have it somewhere. One day I will watch it and all that. But it's good to know that he started something. He started out of a some scary, wimpy kind of child, which is normal. You're meant to be scared. Even as an adult, I'll be scared. But you see, his character act towards the end, he became much stronger. Now, this isn't spoiling it. It's about survival. It's about survival and so on, and it's about sacrifice and so on. Now, we found an Achilles heel for the monsters, but we still haven't got them to living a normal life. So I think that they are going to have a part three. So basically, I think the only person who really had character arc wasn't just Cillian Murphy, who didn't want to do anything and then really try to do something. The bravery of Simmons, her character, is fantastic, but she's always been like that. But the little boy Noah Jope, I don't know whether that's his name, so I do forgive you. It's just, to me, he's the only person who had that character out of being really scared and really a bit, it's what Americans would call sissy like, but I wouldn't call him that because he's a child anyway. But as the film went on, he started getting stronger and stronger, and he finally killed one of the monsters. And you know what? That is a fantastic. It's a fantastic feeling. It's a fantastic feeling whereby the world has changed. Well, the girl is really, his sister, Melissa Simmons, is really fearless, and she's there. And it's just wonderful seeing, um, not because she's deaf, but a deaf child actor. 10, 20 years ago, you wouldn't have that, you know, because I think she does have a disability, and that's wonderful to see. And that is the only character act that I have seen. Please, if you see anything else about A Quiet Place 2, please put something in the comments, share this video everywhere, and let me know if you agree and disagree. I did not see any other character arc from everybody was literally the same, except the son. and that is, I can't remember his name, but I do know his real name is Noah Job. He's a British actor, and I do feel like Asa Butterfield. I see these kids getting awards, and it's just wonderful. It's just fantastic. So please put your comments below. Let me know what you think about it. I mean, he started out as a really wimpy kid and really said, no, don't go. And his sister is really fearless and so on. And as time goes on, he goes really slow because they have a new baby. They have a new baby, which is a baby brother, I think, like that. And he goes, and this is what about human beings. If we push them to the world, we will protect ourselves, But I have this feeling there's gonna be a part three because even though we know the monsters Achilles heel, we haven't got back, or they haven't got back to their normal life. They haven't actually defeated everything completely. It's a fantastic film. I watched one several times. I've watched it on TV recently. I watched two recently. I'm gonna watch it again. But tomorrow, I think I may go and watch The Conjuring, because before the time changes, because I don't like watching late films. But I'm gonna fit it in. My sister is visiting soon, so it's gonna be a bit. But I'm definitely going to I'm really actually going to do that. I love my cinema, so I have to watch my cinema. Even if I can go 3 times a week, I will do that. It's wonderful, and the wonderful thing about the cinema, you don't have to go with anybody. You can go yourself and concentrate. And that is the wonderful thing about it. So, do you agree with me about the character arc of Noah? Do you believe that somebody else that had a better character arc? I think Noah Jupe, that is the screen child, the boy child. He's the only one who had a character arc that turned him from a frightened little boy to a fearless boy. That is the only thing. His sister had always been brave, courageous, and fearless, and it just shows how we react to certain things and how people still keep their decency. There's some people in the film who didn't keep their decency. Anytime that there is a problem, people start looting, people start stealing, people start changing, people think that they can rape anybody they want to. Just so many different things. How she nearly got kidnapped by a group of people. When you watch, when you go in, you will understand. So it just shows when we have difficult situation, how do you act? Do you pick on the weak, or do you come together to find? I really feel that there's gonna be a part three. Like I said, the monsters have got their Achilles heel, but we haven't actually defeated them completely, because to defeat something, the country will get back to like somewhat kind of normal, but they haven't had that. And it's good to see Juno inside the Cillian Murphy, Hunt, all of them. They were just fantastic. You knew something was coming. It's really hot, fast pace, whatever. And that's the kind of film I want. Okay, so take care. I'm gonna watch The Conjuring soon. Remember, my video talks about everything. It talks about natural hair day, skincare, bereavement, psychology. If you have any legal matters, I'm also a lawyer. We can talk about so many different things. It talks about basic cooking and being independent in your own home and starting all over again. I also talked about the effects I had regarding the AstraZeneca vaccine, on whether you think we should take the vaccination or not. I'm not going to push anybody. I took it. I think that I'm going to take the second one. And whew, let's wait and see that. So I'm going to try and watch The Conjuring tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you about it if I can anyway. Right here. It's a horror film, so there you go. I love my horror films. Okay, so everybody stay safe, stay well, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheerio.